Good morning from Madrid. We're back here with Davide Palliggiano to finish the discussion about the Champions League groups. Last time we had some trouble with the weather,
Yes.
but hopefully this time we'll be in a better shape. So let's continue. Group E: Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk. So Davide, Liverpool and Napoli, they know each other well from last year.
They had also a friendly match this summer. Napoli won, but Liverpool didn't have most important forwards. They didn't have Salah, Firmino, Mane in that match in Edinburgh, and of course they are. They, I think they surely passed the group. They need to pass the group.
But last year in Napoli, it was almost the case where Napoli stopped Liverpool from going through.
They
Right?
almost they won in São Paulo first match 1-0 from the Insigne. They lost the last match of the group, and but at the end of the match, Alisson made a great save on the Milik, and saved also the possibility of Liverpool to pass to the second phase. So this year will be also nice matches. They will be nice matches, and I don't think there are any chance for Salzburg and Genk, even if Salzburg have a nice team, a good team, but Napoli and Liverpool now they have much experience, more experience than them. So I think Liverpool first, Napoli second, and then Salzburg and Genk.
And as a Napoli fan, how do you feel about Napoli right now? About the summer, their main target was James Rodriguez. I think Ancelotti couldn't sign him, but did end up signing Chucky Lozano. Are Napoli fans pleased with the current state of business?
Well, actually, many Napoli fans expected to see with their jersey players like James or Icardi, because at the end there was a possibility to sign Icardi, but he didn't want to go to Napoli. He preferred, of course, going to Paris and Paris Saint-Germain. So they are a little bit disappointed, but what with the results, they almost never are happy about the campaign. But at the end, Napoli always goes through second place, make great seasons. So I think we will see. If Ancelotti this year, he said that he will fight for the Serie A, the Scudetto, and we'll see. We'll see. There's not much hope, but with Napoli, you never know.
And Liverpool, the champions of the Champions League, they didn't really sign any players in the summer. Do you think that could be a disadvantage for them, or was it more about keeping the squad, keeping the atmosphere in the dressing room?
I think so. They had a fantastic season last year. They won the Champions League. They almost won the Premier League. So I think that was a good strategy not to sign anyone, because they already have a fantastic team, so they don't need to change many things.
Okay. And you mentioned Salzburg. Last year they faced Napoli. How did you see them in that game in the Europa League?
I saw them especially in São Paulo with few experience. The second match, they of course they won, but Napoli wasn't the first wasn't the squad of the first match. I mean, so Champions League is different. Champions League, the atmosphere is different, and I don't think they have many chances to defeat Naples and Liverpool, Napoli and Liverpool.
And Genk, not many people talk about them, but they are the Belgian champions. They have Giorgio Hagi's son, Yanis Hagi, in the
They had a
midfield.
fantastic cantera, because a lot of incredible players came out from Genk.
True.
One of them now he plays in Napoli, and then Koulibaly, but also
It will be homecoming for
De
him.
Bruyne, Courtois. Maybe we'll see a new star raising in.
Yeah, they
Genk.
have the Tanzanian striker Samata. He's been on fire. He's last year he scored 23 goals. This year he started with 5 goals in 6 games. I'm surprised no one really looked at him. So he could be a danger for the teams. But I agree with you. Liverpool and Napoli comfortably passing the group, and I would go for Genk to go into the Europa League.
Let's see.
Group F: Barcelona, Dortmund, Inter, and Slavia Praga. So This group obviously talked about as the group of death. We have three very strong teams, strong
Yes.
prepositions. Barcelona, they had this whole soap opera summer where Neymar, is he going to come, is he going to stay? In the end, he stayed. They did sign Griezmann. We have a new trio in attack for them. Although, when are we going to see them all three playing together? It seems like it's not going to be soon.
I don't know. Maybe Messi won't play either with Inter in the first match of Champions League. So, but watch out Inter,
Yeah.
because they started very well the season. They have Conte, that is guaranteed success. Not in Champions League, but greatest Italian coach at the moment.
It's true, and the thing about Conte is he can bring immediate success.
That's true.
What happened with Chelsea that year. So I'm expecting Lukaku and maybe even Alexis to hit the ground running. They look like they could be the surprise package this year in the Champions League.
So in the midfield, Sensi, that's
Yeah.
midfield, Italian midfield, started the season in an incredible way with the national team, with Inter. They have a great defense with Skriniar, with Godin, De Vrij, a great goalkeeper. Watch because Inter maybe, I think they will be maybe not the first, but the second in the group. They have much more intensity of Dortmund,
And at Dortmund, they also had a good summer. They made some good signings. They have the rising English star Sancho on the wing. Marco Reus, more of a playmaker position now. Paco Alcácer scoring lots of goals, not only for Dortmund but for Spain now. So still a danger in Dortmund. And we know the yellow wall.
The
at
yellow
home
wall.
gets
But
behind the team.
But San Siro also is a real danger. So won't be. Well, it's the how did you say, the death group? No,
Yeah, the group of death.
the group of death. No, the death group is another thing. The group of death.
We are coming up to the death group next.
Probably. So I'm really curious to see what's going on in this group.
And even I wouldn't Slavia Praga for me from the top four was maybe one of the teams that is not as weak as people expect, because last year they had a deep run into the Europa League. They went to the quarterfinals. They beat Sevilla, getting there. They played again. They lost to Chelsea, the winners of the Europa League. So they're very pragmatic. Most of their players are from Czech Republic. They
Sure.
play a very defensive style of football, long balls and free
That's
kicks.
the only football that you can play now in this group, actually, with Barca, Borussia Dortmund, and Inter. I mean, I'm sorry for them, but I don't see they have any chance to pass the group.
Group G: Zenit, Benfica, Lyon, and Leipzig. This group,
That's the death group.
that's the dead group. For me, it looks like a Europa League group, a little bit. Teams that maybe if the pots weren't spread the way they were, these teams would never get into the same group. Like for example, Leipzig, a team that for me actually looks like could be the most informed in this group. They had a great season last year. They started the Bundesliga well with 3 wins out of 3 games. Obviously, Timo Werner, Upamecano. They signed Christopher Nkunku from PSG. For me, they could be the surprise in this group.
I agree. I would say Benfica first and Leipzig second. Zenit, they won the league in Russia. They have great strikers, but
Malcolm, they signed from
they
Barca.
signed Malcolm, and they have fantasy also. It's a
Yeah.
Russian team with fantasy, but Leipzig is a much more focused team
Yeah.
than Zenit. So I would say Benfica first and Leipzig second.
And Lyon, they lost Fekir, one of their main players. But they still have top players. They have Memphis Depay and Dembele in attack. And, they are a good European team. Always do
European
well
team.
in competitions.
Yeah, I'm sure they surely have a good team, but I still think that they will, that Zenit, that Benfica and Leipzig, they will be the surprise.
Benfica, they are the champions, but they didn't really sign anyone this
They
summer.
signed Raúl de
Raúl de
Tomás
Tomás, but
from Real Madrid, but Was
he's
a
not
good
a prolific
striker, but
striker.
no,
He's
no,
not a
not
top
really.
European striker.
Not really.
For me, they will struggle in this group. For me, it's Leipzig and Lyon going through, and
So
maybe Zenit for Europa League.
Leipzig,
I think Benfica will crash out.
you think?
Yeah, I don't think they will
Let's
have a
see.
good season.
We'll talk about it in December.
All right. The last group, Group H, with Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia, and Lille. For me, the most equal group, a group that
Yes.
each team has a chance to go through, and very interesting group because I think all of those four teams are in transition a little bit. You
Yes.
know, let's start with Chelsea. Chelsea having a new manager, Frank Lampard.
Well,
a brand
Valencia
new,
wasn't in transition
Breaking news.
until yesterday. I mean, when they sacked
Marcelino,
Marcelino. And
surprising.
I really like the way they played. They played with Marcelino. They have great players in every part of the squad. But now we'll see if they will continue playing like that or they will be in a different match.
And it's been also all
different
summer. It's
game.
been a conflict between the coach, between the sporting director, and the president.
Yes.
I feel like with some of the signings, with the Rodrigo speculation, maybe Marcelino had a say there, and the president wanted to cash in.
Yes.
So is that an example of where president gets involved into the sports?
Maybe too much.
Yeah, too much.
Maybe too much. I repeat. I still like Valencia, the squad they have. They have players that I really love, like Gonzalo Guedes, like Ferran Torres. That is a really young player. Is not in the first squad. I mean, the first 11 team.
Parejo, the captain.
Parejo, the captain. Rodrigo.
In the defense as well, they signed Mangala back from Man City.
Well,
They
I don't
have
trust him
Garay.
so much.
Yeah,
but it's okay. It's okay.
He's back in his familiar
That's true. That's
waters.
true. And what about Chelsea? Chelsea, I saw the first match of Chelsea, and actually I didn't like the way they played this year. Well, they have a lot of younger players. They lost Hazard, they lost David Luiz. I don't know. I was a Sarri fan actually.
Yeah.
So now with Lampard, I don't think they have the same style. Maybe they have much English style, and we'll see.
From what I hear, they're going to have like a free season to bed in all the youngsters for Frank Lampard to get his system, and I think their main focus will be the Premier League. I think I don't see them going through further in the Champions League. But what about Ajax?
Well, Ajax.
It's an Ajax that lost
It's a new,
lot of key players.
kind of new Ajax. They lost two key players like De Ligt and De Jong, of course, and it's not easy to replace them. Well, they didn't lose any forward, any strikers, and that's good news for them. They didn't lose David Neres, they didn't lose Ziyech, Tadic. Last year he played an incredible match against Real Madrid.
But that's what Ajax is all about, I feel, because Ajax always pulls youngsters through the academy. They always play the same style. I think they could surprise people. I think people write them off because of the big losses, but Ajax is still, for me, a danger in the Champions League because those players will have that experience from last year. They still have some important strikers. Their goalkeeper is still there. Their defense is almost
the
same.
But I don't. Maybe they will find a good replace for De Ligt. But I think actually right now it's very, very difficult to find a good replace for De Jong.
That's true.
And that's one of the best midfielders.
And
in the
also
world,
losing Shone.
And Shone also for his experience, for his class, for his free kicks, of course. But without De Jong, I don't think you will see the same Ajax.
Yeah.
But never say never.
And with Lille, we can say a bit of the same. They lost their talisman, their best performer from last season, Nicolas Pepe, going to Arsenal.
Of course.
But again, it's a interesting team. Some new signings. They signed Timothy Weah, another youngster with a big name from his dad. Victor Osimhen, I think he's going to be a surprise. A Nigerian striker they signed from Wolfsburg. He already scored 4 goals in the first. I think it's 4 games of the Liga. Renato Sanchez of Bayern Munich, interesting. I mean, his career didn't plan out
Actually,
the way we wanted to, but I think there's still a quality player there. You know,
Well, they are the underdogs, of course, of this
Yeah.
group. But
maybe
Tottenham,
similar
Ajax
to-
last year, they were the underdogs in Champions
Exactly.
League.
and similar to what we said with Atalanta, maybe Lille could just go for it in the Champions League because in the French league nothing is expected from them. So, how do you see this group finishing? It's very tough, but
So I would say Chelsea first, Valencia second.
yeah,
I would say so. I
you,
would make
you
a bet,
believe in.
and I never win a bet. So maybe Chelsea, Ajax. Let's see.
So you still think Chelsea has enough to win the group?
I now that I am thinking about
Yeah?
it, you're making me changing idea. So let's say maybe they won't win the group, but I really think that Valencia this year they could compact themselves and
Yeah.
they could
Galvanize.
galvanize themselves because of what is happening over there. And so I think they will win the group.
Okay.
So,
For me, I would say I would surprise you. Ajax first, Valencia second, and Lille third.
you say
I
Chelsea.
think Chelsea for me are not going to have a good season in the Champions League. They're too young. They're not going to have the experience going away on those European nights. Playing at Mestalla, playing in Amsterdam Arena, or now it's Johan Cruyff Arena. So that's how I see it. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think about how the groups are going to pan out? Is Liverpool destined to defend their title? How is Napoli going to feature this season without a big name in the summer? Is Inter going to be the surprise package this year? And how do you think Ajax will do after losing two key players? Is Valencia going to overcome the crisis of the coach? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow Davide Palliggiano, and we'll be back for more from Madrid. Goodbye.
Ciao.